Keely, thank you very much indeed. We've already discussed a little bit about how technology has changed over the 50 years, but so too has the makeup of our wonderful county.
Yes, the changing face of Yorkshire has seen people from all over the world come to live and work here, and for some of those communities it wasn't always easy in the early days. Here's our communities reporter, Sevilla Pervez.
When I was born, I was black. When I grew up, I was black.
Carol Ruddock is reciting a poem her father, Alan Ruddock, loved.
I am black.
Alan was a young boy when he moved to Leeds from Jamaica in 1957. A couple of years later, he appeared on Look North.
Where I come from, that's the man I am, Really, I don't think I'm a Yorkshireman, really.
Do you think you'll always feel this way, even if you stay in this country all your life?
Well, really, I have no problems, no trouble with nobody, so I'm happy here.
When he arrived in Leeds, his early experiences left a mark on him.
I remember him telling me as a child, he used to have to run because they used to have a group called skinheads that used to chase them from town to Chapel Town. He came here as a young boy thinking he was going to live a better life, and he ended up having to run for his life. So how could he feel like he's a Yorkshireman when he's having to do that?
But the future of the black community looks promising.
Now, majority of our children are going to university. The education is up there, and they're not going to put up with what we're putting up because they're using their education to get them where they need to be. So in 50 years' time, I expect to see more black prime ministers. I expect to see more of that in our communities.
But it wasn't just migrants from the Caribbean who were adjusting to a new life in Leeds in the late 60s. Next door in Bradford, men from Pakistan were arriving to work in the mills and factories across the city. This takeaway was established to feed those workers.
My father came here in 1957 and then got the idea of making the Swiss Centre because of the Drummond Mill. And because of Drummond Mill, then we started the breakfast, and from there we're going on.
Liaquat says he has seen a change in his customers in the past 50 years.
First, there was only used to be like mental